Hello students, welcome to the science class, chapter 15, air, and today we are doing its part 2. Okay, so now today we will understand another important mixture component that is present in the air, that is nitrogen. We observed from this activity that we have done previously that you observed that major part of the air is still present in the glass bottle even after the candle blew out. You know, again there is an empty space, oxygen is completely burnt out, but still there is a space in that air is still there. What does that, which does not support burning? The major part of the air which does not support burning is nitrogen. It takes up nearly 4/5 of the space that air fills. Okay. Another important is now next important thing that is present in the air component is carbon dioxide. In a closed room, you must have observed when you are sitting in a closed room and there is some material that is burning, you may feel suffocated. This is due to the excess of carbon dioxide that may be accumulating in the room as the burning continues. Carbon dioxide makes up a small component of the air around us. Plants and animal both need oxygen and carbon dioxide. Plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen, and the animals take in oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. They are the main composition consumed by plants. These are mainly consumed by plants and animals. Another important thing that is present in the air is dust and smoke. The burning of fuel also produces smoke. Smoke contains a fewer gases and fine dust particles and is often harmful. That is why you will see the factories have long chimneys so that the harmful smoke and the gases do not come to the level of the nose and we are not harmed because of that smoke and dust. But birds, bringing it closer to the birds up flying in the sky, dust particles are always present in the air. Let us understand it with the help of one activity. In a sunny room, find a sunny room or where you get a proper sunlight that comes into. Now what you have to do is you have to draw curtains and make the room dark, completely dark, so that no light comes. Then just a little, allow a little sunlight to come into the room as it is shown in the figure. That beam of sunlight, when it comes in the winters also, you will see it under the shade of the trees also. When the sun is parting, you will see the dust particle appears to dance merely around. This shows that the air also contains dust particle. The presence of dust particles in air varies from time to time and from place to place. Means if it is a wet place or it is rained somewhere, so the dust particle will settle down on the ground. But when it is a dry weather in summers, you will feel more dusty areas. So what happens is it varies from time to time and it varies from place to place. We inhale air when we breathe through our nostril, and in our nostrils we have small, what do we have, small fine hair and mucus is present inside the nose, which prevents these dust particles to enter our respiratory system. Okay, and that is why you must have seen your elders sometimes scolding you that don't breathe through your mouth, only breathe through your nose. So we conclude that the air contains some gases, water vapors and dust particles. The gas in the air are mainly nitrogen, oxygen and small amount of carbon dioxide, as you can see it in this chart as shown here. Nitrogen, you can see which a bigger part is nitrogen. Oxygen is also a part. means the two gases together make 99% of the air, and remaining 1% is constitutes of carbon dioxide and few other gases, water vapor and dust particle. Main component of air is nitrogen. You have to understand this thing. Now coming to next thing is, how does oxygen become available for the animals and plants that are living in water and soil? Because how do we will understand? We will understand it with the help of the activity. Take a glass vessel or a beaker and keep it slowly on the heat, and you will see, before you see the inner part, as you can see it in this figure also, inner surface of the vessel, you will see tiny bubbles on inside of this water. These bubbles come from the air dissolved in water. When you heat the water to begin with, the air dissolved in it escapes. As you continue heating, the water itself turns into vapor and finally begins to boil. This we have learned in our previous chapter. The animals living in water uses this dissolved oxygen in water. The organism living in soil also need oxygen. What are the animals that are living in the soil? They are earthworms are there, snakes are there, then rabbits are also living in the burrow, and many other. So we will also understand it with the help of an activity. Take a dry lump, big lump of soil in a glass beaker. Add water to it. What will you will notice that small bubbles will start coming out of it. You will see small bubble. When the water is poured on the lump of soil, it displaces the air which is seen in the form of bubbles. The organisms that are living inside the soil and the plant root respire in this air. A lot of burrows and holes are formed in deep soil by the animals living in the soil. Now, what these animals are doing, these burrows and also make a space available for animals to move in and out of the soil. However, when it is raining, you will find when the water is filled into the space occupied by the air in the soil, in this situation, what do the animals do? They come out to respire, means to take this air from the, that is why they, you must have noticed in the rainy season, earthworm come out. You will see many earthworms crawling on the ground, and you will see snakes and other animals also in the rainy season. This is because the space from which they are getting the air has been occupied by water inside it, so they have to come out. How is the oxygen in atmosphere replaced? We have studied in our previous chapters also that plants make their own food and oxygen is produced for the animals to take in. Basically, plants prepare very in a large amount of oxygen. Some of it, little part of it, they use it for their respiration, and rest is consumed by the animals. And in the same way, the animals take in carbon dioxide that has been released by animals for their consumption, for making their food. So we understand the both need each other. We plants and animals both go hand in hand. We cannot live with plants only and we cannot live with animals only. So interdependence of plant and animal is always there. We can now appreciate how important air is for life. We have understood. You have seen that wind makes the windmill rotate. The windmill is used to draw water from tube wells and to run floor mills. Windmills are also used to generate electricity. Air helps in movement of the sailing yachts, gliders, parachutes, aeroplane. Birds, bats, insects can fly due to the presence of air. Air also helps in dispersal of seeds also and pollen of flowers of several plants. air plays an important role in water cycle also, because if there is no air, there will be no water cycle, and hence we are all dependent. So we have understood that it is an important resource. So this is all for today. Thank you and have a nice day. Hello students, welcome to the science class. Today we'll start our chapter 15, another very important resource, that is air around us. Today we'll start the part 1 of